third is Suarez. Goodell comes running in. He's under it, makes the catch. Here's the throw to the plate. It's in the air. He is out! Cameron Rick hangs on! Oh, man, what a play! Deep to right field. Way up and way second
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Stupid Money Podcast. Alec and Sean here. Sean, what's been going on?
A lot, I guess.
Yeah,
but
we missed a lot. Yeah,
we're in the thick of things. Phillies are good.
yeah.
Starting to grow up a little bit here. Starting to get a little older. Not great, but hey, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. I mean, that's life, I guess. I don't know.
So
I mean,
we did a podcast after they fired him, pretty much like that first series.
yeah, we did it like right after the Giants game, I think. Or yeah, because there was an off day after the last Giants game, and I'm pretty sure. Or was it after the
Angels?
No, it was after the because they had an off day after the Angels series. Yeah,
because we brought up Jay Madden.
Yeah, because
behind you right now.
Yeah. Because I remember I didn't know where to point because this thing's backwards. Yeah. So it was after the Angels series. So I missed a lot then, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know where you want to start other than.
I mean,
they're good.
Yeah, I mean, 9 in a row, 15-3 in June, which is like the complete opposite of May. I mean, it's literally they did a complete 180. It's insane. I mean, the competition level has gone down significantly, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, how many years have we been saying like they just played down to the competition? It feels like every year, and now I guess the talent is finally starting to just take over, because they should not be losing series against the Nationals, even the Marlins. They should not be losing series like they did. They lost to the how did they lose to the beginning? The Rangers. Brad Miller told us like that was like the old Phillies, like just can't do that. So hopefully the talent just takes over.
Yeah, they'll have a chance for their revenge on Brad Miller tomorrow. So hopefully we're seeing their best starter actually. But over this stretch, yeah,
he's gonna be a Philly.
Yeah, my brother and I were actually just talking about that. I don't. We're gonna save that for the end when we get into it because I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent if we get started on that. So I don't.
Yeah.
We'll wait because next thing I know we won't. That'll just be the whole show. So that. But honestly, okay, 15-3 in June, and it's pretty much been 3 guys carrying them: Schwarber, Hoskins, Harper, with a little bit of Stott and Stubbs mixed in.
Verling too, I would say.
Yeah, Verling, yeah. So I mean, it's been 3 guys kind of pulling it in every night, and 3 role players chipping in, and it's worked. I mean, it's not. I still don't think they're playing at their highest potential. I don't know what you think. I mean, they're 15-3 in the last 18, and I still look at them sometimes, and I'm like, that could be better.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know you're gonna say like just like the fact that like Castellanos hasn't really been, what we thought he was going to be so far this year. Yeah. Even though he's having like a good month on paper and whatnot, like his stats are good, but it just doesn't feel like any of these hits are big time hits or whatnot. And except for like the Nationals game when everybody was hitting, but it doesn't feel like this is the peak. It really doesn't.
No, and I mean, it's kind of evident of that in the National Series, like the 2 or 3 times they left the bases loaded with no outs in big spots. And they drove me crazy in both those because they were big spots, like where they were hanging on to a 2-run or a 1-run lead, and you could bust it open right there. And it seems like Real Muto is up in every single one of them. I don't know how, but just always seems he's in the middle of it.
He always finds a way to just, kill a rally.
Well, the thing when you bat him fourth or fifth, and you have three guys who have a knack for walking in Schwarber, Hoskins, and Harper in front of him, like the chances of the bases loaded are going to be kind of high. So the fact that it's always going to be him if he keeps batting there.
Yeah, and this like goes back to everything that we've been saying. Like he was a cleanup hitter last year, which was a joke. And then we're like, after they signed Schwarber and Castellanos, we're like, all right, maybe we can bat sixth now. And now he's batting fifth. And
yeah, I mean, obviously the Segura injury hasn't helped things, but it's just everyone else has been too inconsistent. Like if Bohm was driving the ball a little better right now, maybe it changes things. The center field is still a revolving door. I mean, I don't know, Didi. We're gonna get into this. Didi has no power right now. It's just, he's kind of the best option, even though that doesn't sound right. It's true.
Yeah. Didi's like what? That one double that he had was like a check swing, which shouldn't even count. But hey, whatever, it works. And other than that, it has been just like singles, which works. It's fine. I was not expecting to have any like production from Didi at all this year. So he's batting what 280 right now, two something like that, and I'll take that. Like it's fine.
Yeah, I don't want him batting third like he did the other day. That was bad. We're gonna get into Harper, that whole thing too, but I mean that was bad. But I mean, honestly, what we're talking about here with this offense, the fact that they're top 5 in home runs, top 5 in runs in the entire majors right now, and Castellanos, Real Muto, Gregorius, and if you want to count Segura, even though he's been hurt, the four of them combined for 0 home runs this month. It's June 20th, and none of those 4 guys, now one can't play, but those 3 other guys don't have a home run combined and this month, and I think Bohm maybe has 1.
Wow. And Bohm's one was against Hader. So, I mean, it was a big home run, but wow.
Half your lineup has combined for 1.
You said the text, and I kind of just like gazed it. That's a lot. These are like 4, contributors that we were expecting to have, and obviously Segura's out for another month and a half.
Yeah.
So I don't know what. I guess we can get into that later, but like when Segura does come back, I'm gonna keep saying it. Like just keep the top 4 just the same all day. Do you put Segura at the 5 hole? Is that what you do, or do you just?
I mean, I honestly, I was talking to some people about batting him 4th just because he puts the ball in play so much, and those 3 guys in front of him walk so frequently. Like, because I mean, Castellanos has been striking out, I think, a lot more than he has in the past in his career. Like, I just kind of want, because we just talked about those bases loaded situations. Those guys are all popping up and striking out. Like, I want a guy who puts the ball in play, puts stress on the defense. He's good at finding holes between the infield. He'll put a ball in the air from time to time. I know it doesn't make sense really on paper, but I just feel like with those 3 high on base guys in front of him, I want the high contact guy behind them.
I like that idea. Never thought about batting Gene 4th, but I feel like that's more like a video game thing to do. And then when it comes to like games, like he's gonna get overmatched somehow. But I mean, Castellanos batting 5th then, and then JT batting 6th, or putting JT at 7, and then putting Didi at 6. That's nice.
Yeah, it does lengthen it there. I just like, if you're not, like I said, none of those guys have a home run this month, so it's not like if you put Segura there, it's a drastic change in a power thing. Like at this point, you're just like the top 3 guys might combine for what? Schwarber looks like he's on pace for 40, I think. Yes. Harper and Hoskins are each going to get to 100 or 30. So combined, they'll get to like maybe over 100 from 3 guys. So, I mean, you get enough power out of those 3. Someone behind them just needs to put the damn ball in play for once.
I really need DraftKings to let me cash out this Schwarber to lead the NL in home runs. Need it real bad.
Because it's going to be Alonso.
Yeah. And I don't want to lose another future. Like I lost way too many that I could have cashed out for the NBA, and then Middleton just screwed it. And Anyway.
All right. There you go. Oh boy. Oh man. So anyway, what do you make of Bryce's blister? You worried? Is it like, I was like, what the hell? Like,
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I will say though, I did not love kind of the offense without him. The last couple games, Sunday they were bad. Saturday, even though they won 2-1. Like they were not good either. So I don't know, not loving the offensive showing without him really.
What a shock that you was the MVP and your offense isn't that great.
Yeah, but like I know that, but when you have Hoskins, Schwarber, Castellanos, Realmuto, 3 guys making 20 million plus a year, well, Schwarber's making like 18, but like, even if Bryce Harper is the MVP, it shouldn't be 2 runs a game against the Nationals.
No, I mean I agree, but it's just like, like one game out of 162. That's how I look at it, and sometimes they're going to be duds, especially when you don't have Bryce and even Segura, if you want to count him.
Yeah, I still count him. Yeah, I mean, you kind of take out some of Stott's home runs. Then, if you're counting Gene, I guess it evens out. But
yeah,
it's whatever. I mean, Segura makes a lot more contact than Stott does, but it's all right.
Yeah.
So speaking of duds, it always seems like their dud is on Sunday, and I sent you this
interesting stat
because I always like Sunday's the one day, except for yesterday because I was driving back from Philly. Sunday is like the day where I'll always sit down and watch the entire game. So like when they lose, it bothers me more than usual because it's like the only thing I'm invested in for the day because like I barely do anything on Sundays. But they are 3-9 on Sunday and then 33-23 every other day of the week.
Just cancel Sundays.
Yeah.
Can we just
two of them are walk-offs. 2 of them were walk-off wins that they were down like their last strike.
Yeah, it does feel like they're like all miserable losses.
Yeah.
Either they're getting murdered or they're gonna blow a save drastically with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Like I never broke it down by day before, but it was just so obvious to me that like every Sunday they just lay an egg.
I mean, every single Sunday game is pretty much at 1:00. So you're telling me they just don't like 1:00 games, which I can kind of respect.
Yeah, I mean they lost a couple of those Sunday night games to the Mets too, and the Brewers. Yeah, the Brewers won. But I mean, yeah, overall, I mean they want no part of these Sunday games. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know. It would bother me. Didn't like it.
It's such a Philly stat.
It is though. Like
we're definitely going to be talking about that if they miss like the playoffs, like the last wild card spot by 1 game. We're just gonna be like, could you imagine if they didn't play on Sundays? Could you just imagine? Like that's such a
just play Mike Schmidt.
I'm gonna like write it up in the drafts right now and just like save it.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna make it a huge deal, like, and Sunday games, double headers on Saturdays.
Yes.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
That sounds better.
Yeah,
I mean, that works. All right, so pitching staff. Wheeler back to where he was last year. Nola pretty much not all the way there, but looking like 2018 Nola right now. Like really good, deep into games, not a lot of home runs given up. Really good. The top 2, I mean, they look like maybe with DeGrom and Scherzer on the bench, they look like the best 1-2 kick in the NL right now, honestly.
Yeah, and Woodruff's hurt too.
Yeah.
So
and Bueller. So I mean, yeah, they right now they look like the best 1-2 punch the NL has.
Which makes it tough for. I mean, if they do sneak into this wild card spot, makes that tough because isn't the wild card now 3 games, best of 3?
Yeah, so the top 2 division seeds get it off, and I think it's 3-game series with the other ones. So I mean, yeah, that certainly makes a difference. You could close that out in 2 games.
Yeah,
you only got win 2, so
I'm gonna get
And I mean, I think the it looks like the last like the NL divisional winner who will have to play in the wild card round is going to be the Central.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're either going up against Woodruff and what's his name? Oh my God,
Corbin
Burns, and or who's the Cardinals #1 right now? I don't even know. Is it Flaherty? Who is it?
Flaherty got roughed up on Wednesday. His return. I mean, it would probably be Wainwright. Just
he would somehow, but that'd be a Phillies thing. But
I don't want to play the Cardinals ever again.
No, I'm
the playoffs now.
We always have good. We've had good success against the Brewers though in the playoffs, so I will.
Yes.
I'll play them and the Dodgers. I mean, give me that path. I'll take that path.
Yeah,
sure. Historically speaking, we'll take it.
Who did they play in 07?
The Rockies.
The Rockies. They lost to the Rockies, right?
Yeah, they got swept. I think. Yeah.
After J. Roll said we're the team to beat.
And you say that going in at 2008 though, or do you say it?
I don't remember now that I think about it. I thought he said it and they lost.
Well, I think he said in like spring training, and he was talking about the NL East.
Oh.
I don't think he was talking about the NL. I'm pretty sure he was just talking about the division.
Oh, okay.
So he wasn't wrong then when what he said.
Okay.
Yeah, they played the Rockies in 2009 as well, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that series. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was answering. Someone asked me a trivia question. It was like, who are the 6 active pitchers to pitch in a playoff game at Citizens Bank Park? So I was actually the other day I was going through all these old series.
Okay.
Do you know who they are?
No.
Okay. Do you care enough to know?
No.
Okay. All right, moving on. Now that that's out of the way, I figured when I was looking at your face, I'm like, yeah, he doesn't give a crap. But it honestly took up like an hour and a half of my time. Like I was very invested in it. But
good for you.
Pass the time, man. So behind those two in the rotation, I mean, it's kind of been a little bit of a cluster. Eflin's got the knees thing is back. He was on a pitch count yesterday, which I don't think anyone knew. He lasted 2 innings, 50 pitches. Wasn't good either in that time. Gave up a 3-run bomb to Soto. Defense wasn't great in the outfield, but I don't know what they're gonna do there because Ranger has not been good overall this year. Gibson's been like a 3.5, like somewhere between a 3 and a 4. I feel like it's okay. That's fine. But what they're getting out of Eflin and Schwartz right now, I honestly think that a starting pitcher might be above closer in the trade deadline needs just because you have Sir Anthony, even though we'll get into it, they won't give it to him, right? Like for some reason. But I kind of feel like starting pitching has become a bigger priority.
I agree. I always prefer starting pitching over relievers. Just because like if you trade for a starter, you can theoretically kick one of those starters to the bullpen.
Yeah, Schwartz, who's done it before.
Yeah, and it'll probably be Ranger, and hopefully, we saw when Ranger was in the bullpen last year, his fastball was like around 96.
Yeah, it got up there. Yeah,
and as a starter, he's got to take that down a little bit. Now he's like a 93-ish. So I mean, does that change anything? Maybe. I mean, 3 miles an hour difference. Adds a little bit of movement, and he can focus more on just being a 2-inning assassin. 3 games a week, 2 games a week, whatnot. I think that's a lot more valuable. But it all depends like who they get. Like if they're gonna get Martin Perez, and it's gonna be another Kyle Gibson type of thing that
and I brought
the Rangers, and then we get him, and he's like whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the point I brought up when I was talking to my brother about this. Like, he looks like Gibson 2.0 to me. A guy just playing way above his career norms with the Rangers for half a year. They're gonna try to sell high, and he's gonna go back to what he was.
Right.
Like this guy's a career almost. I think he's like a 4.3 career ERA guy, and he's down at like 2.4 right now.
Yeah,
I don't trust that to last. and he's also kind of like he's not a high strikeout guy. He's more innings pitched and strikeouts, which is always a sign that. And with the Phillies' bad defense, that's not. We don't really want a guy that pitches to contact. We kind of see the problems we had at Suarez with that recently.
Yeah. And he's like the most Philly type of player just to trade for. I'm pretty sure Dombrowski had him too in Boston. If I am,
he was in Boston, so he might have. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he traded for him or signed him or whatnot. I mean, he was a big prospect coming up, and then he like frailed out.
Yeah, he's been around a while. He's I think 31.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure was he like out of baseball for like a year or like in the minors?
I have to. I was just looking. I was looking at his stats earlier because they face him tomorrow, like we said. So I was looking him up because I was so surprised by how low his ERA was. I was like, "There's no way." And I'm looking at all his past years, and it's like 4.5, 5, 3.8. I'm like, what is it? Like, I can't trust this. Like, I want someone a little more with a proven track record. Yeah, that costs more. I also think they need a guy that maybe you get next year out of, like a Montas or Castillo has next year too, I think, on his deal.
Perez, I'm pretty sure he's a free agent.
No, not Perez. Castillo from the Reds. Does he have next year?
You cut out there. I'm sorry. Luis Castillo. Yeah, he probably has another year.
Yeah, I just think because Gibson's coming off. I don't know if they trust, Eflin. Like, they might just say enough's enough with this knee stuff already. Like, because that option is mutual for next year. So I could just see them being like, look, we can't keep doing this. So I kind of would like a guy for next year too, like looking ahead. And I think maybe Dombrowski thinks that too, where maybe one of those other two guys is more in play for them. And also both those guys are younger and have better track records than Perez.
No, I could see like a world where he trades for Perez and then he trades for like a lockdown reliever where he has to actually give up assets. And Perez, he just trades, freaking Rafael Marchand, like the whole like the easy package that every single Phillies fan always has to put.
Yeah, it's the one we always put. It's like Marchand and Hans Kraus. Yeah. Could you imagine we trade him back to the Rangers?
Oh no, it's Marchand and like Mickey Moniak, just
whatever we don't want, you guys could have. Like,
and then like, I guess you can't do it anymore, but like it was always fun, just like Kingery, like you could just put him in there.
yeah, like that'll do it.
And cash.
Yeah, they'll take that deal. Oh man. No, I mean, closer market. Bednar from the Pirates. I think they're gonna want a boatload. Soto from the Tigers, I think, is gonna be a little more. Yeah, you like him, a little more affordable. And then there's also Barlow from the Royals. I don't really know what his situation is. Good numbers, not really. Haven't seen him a lot though. But those are 3 really good closers on 3 really bad teams. So
yeah. If we make the Barlow trade though, like I need Whit Merrifield as a Philly somehow. Just been playing with him for too long.
I think the ship sailed.
Just been thinking about it for like a half decade almost, just to have him.
He just not
we
been
did
good.
Yeah, no, he's been terrible. But just get him. Just put him in center. Just let.
Remember when we said we had a younger Whit Merrifield and Kingery?
And Kingery, yeah.
That
was like the whole thing.
Yeah, everyone's like, why do you need Whit Merrifield? We got the younger one right here. Yeah, that.
Well, now we do have the younger one, technically, probably. Like,
Matt Verling?
It might be the same. Oh, Verling. Okay.
He's playing the infield now.
Yeah. That's a good grab.
I thought that's who you were talking about. But now you're just saying they both suck, which I get now.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of like, actually what he was, but
that's what I was getting to. But
all right, I got you.
Verling into it.
Sure. I mean, hey, Verling's look good. He's hit a couple clutch home runs now for this team.
We still have those rookie of the year Matt Verling bets.
I gotta pull those up. Yeah, my Moniak one's shot. Poor kid. I don't look. We'll play the what if game with the wrist. I don't know. Will we still be in the same situation? I don't know. I think maybe because he does not look like he's seeing these major league pitches at all. Any breaking stuff, he's not even close to.
And like, of course, he gets sent down, and then immediately he goes
Hits a home run.
two for 4 with a double and a home run. And it's like, I don't want to because I think he's a nice guy. Like he appreciates the fans and whatnot, and all that kind of stuff. But like, I don't think he has it at all. And
he's a 4A. You know, those players that are like they rip up AAA and then they get to the majors, and it's like he's a 4A player. Like, you know, there's nothing you could do. Like I don't know. He has some nice stuff. Like the glove's good, the speed's good. I don't know. Maybe a team likes that enough, but the bat is just it's not there at all.
Yeah, it's sad. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, we compared him to Yelich. That one kind of looks the same now too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this Yelich,
he fell off a cliff, man.
Yeah, when we played them in that series and swept them, I was looking back. I'm like, how did they take 2 out of 3 from us in Philly? Like this offense is a joke. Like that,
it's Willie Adames and nothing.
They were like at the time the Phillies faced them. Now it's finally fallen off. They were like a top 7 offense when the Phillies went in there to play them, and I'm like looking around like, where? Like, yeah, Kutch's back, clean up 210. Yeah. And the only dude that was hitting, the bigger guy. What's his name? The first baseman.
Omar or something.
Is it Navarre? No. Slipping my mind. But he was the only one that did anything, and he was batting 6th or 7th. And I was like, what is that? Like that, I don't know. That team gets by with their pitching, and then the pitching's banged up, and it doesn't turn out so. I mean, they just released designated for assignment. Yeah, Kane. Yeah. Sure, bring him in.
No.
No, he's bad. He's done.
He's been bad for 4 years.
Yeah,
right when he signed there.
Their deals have not really worked out. They're marquee free agent deals. I don't know. Be interested to see what that team does at the deadline too, because they're within them and the Cardinals are within a game of each other or something. That's a close race.
Yeah. If they make the playoffs, just what a joke the NL Central is. Yeah, there's only one good team. I don't even think the Cardinals are that good. They just have 3 good players. That's it.
The corner infielders are each having
insane. They're insane.
Yeah. And but they also start. They start 3 40-year-olds. And
it's just I swear to God, if the Brewers make the playoffs, though, it should go Mets, Dodgers, I guess Cardinals. They win the NL Central, and then it should just go the Padres, Braves, Phillies. That's how it should go.
I think those are the 6 most talented teams in the NL by far.
Yeah, the Giants, wasn't really that impressed with them.
That's another team. They beat us, and I'm like, what do they have? What do they have that we don't? Their closer's good, and their pitchers don't blow up, but that offense is past prime Longoria, past prime Brandon Crawford, Darren Ruff, Joey Bart, who's hitting 170.
He got sent down. I mean, Mike Yastrzemski's all right, I guess. Whatever.
Wilmer Flores hitting 3-run bombs. What the hell is that?
Wilmer Flores has been their best player.
But that's what I'm saying. A team that has Wilmer Flores as your go-to offensive player does not belong in the playoffs.
I know it's not even their pitching's that good either. I don't think.
I don't know. They're an interesting team, but I don't know. They're not exciting to watch, in my opinion.
It's the Rays of the National League. They just find value in not talented baseball players.
Speaking of the Rays, I'm really glad. Remember when that Friday that I passed out that they signed Castellanos, but that morning they were also talking about a Meadows trade, maybe in addition, or if they didn't get Castellanos. He doesn't have a home run yet this year, I don't think. I'm very glad that.
Paying attention.
Yeah, I just checked over the time. They're their acquisitions have not been good. Baez has been really bad. Meadows has been really bad. Yeah, so glad that did happen. A little off topic, but I just saw his stats and I'm like, oh wow, good thing. Castellanos has been not what he should be, but he hasn't been that. So that was
I mean, Castellanos hasn't been terrible. Like
no, but he just hasn't been the contract. You know what I mean? Like he's been like if he was Alec Boehm, like I would be like those numbers are awesome. You know what I mean? Like if he was a Double Herrera, I'd be like, wow, those numbers are great for him. But he's a silver slugger, an all-star, making $20 million a year. Like I need a little more.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm still gonna go on the end of the year. He's gonna be batting like in the 280s. On base percentage plus slugging is gonna be like in the 820s, and we'll be fine. But like it is really we're almost in July, and
it's not early.
It's definitely not early.
There's double digit games remaining, not triple digit anymore. So,
oh my god,
yeah, we're in the 90s now. 94, I think, 95, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's go time. I mean, look, they've stepped up. I mean, Harper and Schwarber have been awesome. We got a nice little Reese hot streak. It's unfortunate his arguably the best game of his career was a loss.
I know.
That sucked for him because like I feel like it was like a really good like he's a guy they need to get going and he did get going then, but like I feel like they win that game and he's like yeah they won because of me. Like I feel like that would just do so much for him like mentally at the plate and stuff. Like he'd stay aggressive, because sometimes he gets a little like in between like should I swing, should I not? And that's when he goes through those cold streaks. But yeah, that one kind of sucked. But that was familiar.
Like I was talking with my friends exactly when it happened, and I was like, oh, they brought in Familia. And like not even that like I blame Thompson for bringing in but I was just like I just hate this guy so much. And then he walks the leadoff batter and then
the walks. That is the number one problem with this bullpen. The amount of guys they walk. They walk way too many guys. Like you're gonna give up home runs, especially these bullpen guys, because they just throw so fast and they don't know where the hell it's going. Like you're gonna give up some bombs. But if they're solo shots, it doesn't matter. Like in most cases, unless it's Knebel in the ninth. But like you know what I'm saying. But like it's the seventh inning, and you have a 4-run lead. If he gives up a solo shot, it's like okay. You give up a 3-run bomb, it's a totally different game. And it comes down to these guys have zero control. They can't. They don't know where the ball's going, and they're walking way too many guys. The bullpen for sure as well. It's their number one problem.
Yeah. Knebel's brutal with the walks.
It's bad. He's a one-pitch pitcher right now, and he doesn't even know where that's going.
Yeah, he does not know where it's going at all. It's the most like when he throws one ball, it's just like, oh, here we go.
That Brewers game, the game that we talked about earlier, where Bowman Burling hit the home runs, and then he like walked the bases loaded or whatever.
Yeah, he got out of it.
I was about to pull my hair out because it's like, look, you just scored the first runs on Josh Hader in literally a year, and you're gonna come out here and walk guys that are batting 180.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't. Like that was like the craziest he drove me all season, and that's when I was like, all right, I'm completely out on this guy. Like,
what an idiot too for declining multi-year deals from the Phillies and other teams.
Thank God.
What a freaking idiot! Like,
it's been bad.
Yeah, like he's gonna sign like a 1-year, $2 million deal next year
with like the Pirates, the Reds,
something like that, and then we're gonna trade for him. If he goes to the Pirates or the Rangers, we're gonna trade for him.
You think our old buddy David Robertson is back in play?
Dude, did you see that trade that they made today? The Daniel Robinson.
Yeah, I thought it was him.
I thought it was him too. I was like,
I was like,
bro, what are we doing? But like at the same time, like he's been having a good year. But like I was like, no.
The second he comes here, he's just gonna get hurt again. So it's like we're not doing that. But I mean, yeah, he's another one. I didn't even bring him up because I didn't want to bring him up when talking about those closer guys. But I mean, he's another one, a good closer on a just seems like these bad teams always have good closers. I don't know. That's
because
a
there's like no
sign.
leverage. It's just
Yeah, that's the thing. There's like they don't care. Like
there's like 11,000 people at the ballpark. It doesn't matter the game. Like they're
Yeah.
gonna get the outs.
like
If you
Jemar
put
Gomez.
yeah, like Jamar.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. If you put Kid Abel on like the freaking
The Reds.
Nationals,
Reds. Okay.
actually no, not the Nationals because he would get bombed against the NL East. Yeah, put him on the Reds. Put him on the Reds.
The Reds.
He probably has 15 saves right now, whatnot. Probably pumping like a 2.01 ERA.
Yeah.
Fine. And we're talking about trading for him right now.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
The same thing every time. I don't know. It's I that's the other thing. These closers, like none of these guys we're talking about outside of Robertson have like amazing track records. Like that they were
Soto. Soto's
that
been
they were in the
around
playoffs or anything. You know what I mean? Like stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that's kind of like the thing. Like when the Astros traded for Verling back in the day. Like his numbers weren't great, but it's like that guy's been through this run 5 times already, 5, 8 times, how many times it was before, like, and it worked out. Like sometimes maybe finding the vet that's been there that the numbers don't look as good right now is a better option. I don't know.
Yeah, that should be our homework for next podcast. Trying to find somewhat proven relievers on crappy teams.
Yeah, that might take a while.
It's gonna be tough, but gotta do it.
Yeah, I mean, they are all over the place. I mean, there's always relievers and like guys always come out of nowhere, but finding the vets, because I mean it's hard. There's not a lot of bullpen guys that stay consistent for like 5 to 8 years. You know what I mean? Like it's only a handful, and like they're the Jansons of the world, and I mean Kimbrel's terrible now, but like him before the past couple of years.
Yeah. If the White Sox fall off of it, Kendall Graveman, maybe.
I mean they got I don't know. They got Cueto at the end of their rotation.
All right, I could do that.
He's been around the block. He's played in some playoff games. I don't know. His numbers probably aren't good right now, but he's been around.
I could see him coming out of the pen for us in the bullpen, us in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Once you get to the playoffs, like it's not so much about length as it is like I need the best 1 inning you could possibly give me. You know what I mean? Like the starters aren't going 7, even if they're only giving up like 2 runs. Like the first sign of trouble, you're usually yanked, which cost the Astros a ring against the Nationals. That's another thing. So it's more like you want to accumulate as many guys you can trust as possible instead of this one guy who you think is like a 3.5 ERA starter who could eat up 6-7 innings.
Yeah, like Charlie Morton, what he did with the Astros, like he closed out multiple games for them in the World Series, in the ALDS. We saw it, and now he's like probably like a top 30 starter in the MLB right now at the age of 38.
Yeah, Evaldi did it with the Red Sox too. Because we wanted to sign him as our closer because of what he did in the playoffs with the Red Sox as a reliever.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that was like the one reason why I love Pivetta too, because like I just thought about him pitching in October, pumping out like 99 for
when
1
it's
inning.
cold, yeah,
when it's cold, and just like being electric because like he's a freaking spaz.
Yeah, he is.
But
you know what? Look, it was never gonna work here. I feel like good for him. I guess that it's somewhat working out in Boston. I just feel like that it wasn't gonna work. Like, I wish they got a little more back than Workman and Haremby or whatever the hell that guy's name was.
Keith Hembry.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. They better not do that when we're talking about these deadline bullpen moves. I no nonsense like that. Like dudes like that. We're not doing it.
All right. Well, they're probably gonna do it.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I want a real dude, like a real go-to guy. But
so, like last year, they were gonna trade for Kimbrel, but they asked for Bone. This year,
or I think it was Abel they asked for, or
it was Bone.
Or one or the other. Yeah, like get the hell out of here.
Yeah. That does make sense now. I do remember that.
Yeah.
But anyway, like it comes to this year, and Tigers are like, all right, we'll give you Soto, but you got to give us Bohm, Marshawn, the whole nine, the whole
Our guy.
yeah, all the guys.
Yeah.
What do you say? If you know that like Segura's gonna be back,
Right.
second week of August, so you're going to be like a week,
And I get Camargo back, right?
Yep, and you have Camargo, and you have
Which we think he's coming back tomorrow because they sent down Kelly and there was no corresponding move.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think he's coming back tomorrow.
All right.
So yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah,
but what do you say?
Considering this offseason with the talk about Turner and Bogarts, if I feel like it definitely gets us to beat this playoff drought and gives us a kicking chance if Nola and Wheeler keep pitching like they're pitching, I'd probably say yes.
I think I'm in on it too. I don't hate Bohm at all.
No.
But like he's gonna be what, 26, and
yeah,
if the power's not there now.
Yeah,
like we're getting close to like him making good arbitration money, and then eventually we're gonna have to sign him, and I don't want to get stuck with it. I just don't.
Yeah, no, I mean I was gonna close with this, but that Harper picture, like he looks massive in that photo, and everyone's talking about it. And I'm like, this guy is literally a giant version of Ben Revere. Like where's the power? Like where's the gap power? This dude is slapping singles at 6'5", like 240. Like what are we doing here? Like it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. So I think, yeah, especially with the talk around Turner and Bogarts, and I think Stott is good enough to be an everyday major leaguer. And if they bring back Segura on his option, I think I'm okay with it if it breaks the playoff drought.
Yeah, I think he got to do it.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, all right. So just really quick, 2 in Texas, 4 in San Diego. San Diego will not have Manny Machado out with a sprained ankle until after the All-Star game. They don't have Tatis. They're still pretty good. It's on the road, which we know the Phillies do not play well historically on the West Coast. But that's a significant deal right there.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? 3 or 4 from the Padres is they want it?
I have to look. So they don't
just get 2.
Yeah, I'll take 2. But I want both in Texas then.
Okay.
So Wheeler goes game 2 in Texas, so the Padres don't see Wheeler.
It's fine.
So yeah, they see Nola, Gibson, I guess Suarez and Eflin. I don't know what they're doing with the back end of that rotation right now with Eflin's health and Suarez's struggles. I think they're both going to make that start unless Falter takes Eflin's start. I don't really know. So I think getting out of there 2-2 is fine. Leave has, the same spot you came in pretty much. That's fine with me. And then 3 at home against Atlanta, 3 at home against the Cardinals, 3 at home against Washington. So a lot of interesting games coming up.
Sounds like a lot of wins.
Hopefully, I mean, look, we get some power from those guys I said about, and we'll be fine. I really do think that. But you got any last thoughts?
Interesting stat that came across, the Twitter feed a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber having 18 home runs for the first 64 games of a season for the first time since Don Brown did it in 2013. Thought I would just let it out there that, what we're seeing Schwarber do right now, like all these people on Twitter now that, love him and whatnot. They're like, oh, Kyle Schwarber's so good, so good. Don Brown did it first. So, Yes.
That's great. I'm sure everybody has seen the Bryce Harper airplane post with everyone on the team dressed around Rob Thompson, everyone except Corey Knebel. I don't know if that's him walking up the steps. I really hope it is in that picture. That'd be hysterical. I don't know what this dude's problem is, but he's really. If you hated Papelbon, I don't know how you don't hate this guy. I'm just gonna put that out there.
It definitely looks like a player that's walking up that plane.
There's a glove in it. There's a glove in a hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now, and I think it's him. It has to be.
Yeah, that's
him
just
like a bullpen catcher.
Yeah, that is just beautiful artwork right there. Like I love it. DD suit, fresh. Castellanos looks good.
Yeah,
Thompson with the hat. Thompson with the hat. Love it. Good picture. Even better if that is Knebel walking up the steps, because I think it's very symbolic.
I think it has to be him.
It's very symbolic of a lot of things, I feel like.
Stubbs also looks just.
He looks good. He looks good. It's a funny picture, but all right, we get there. Hopefully, we get some more wins. Got to keep this up. Insane. What they won 10 games in May, and they already have 15 this month. So that's pretty cool. So probably talk to you. And next off day is next Monday. Maybe talk then. Sure, we'll see.
That's good. I like Mondays.
Yeah, Mondays work. All off days too, mostly. All right. Thanks for watching.